Welcome to the Dating Kinky Podcast, a cast about love, sex, romance, and kink. Last night, my partner and I saw the new James Bond movie, and there was a kiss. Oh my God, a kiss that set the screen on fire. So I said to him quietly, because of course we're in a movie theater, I want a kiss like that from you tonight. That's simple. And then we went back to watching the film. And after the movie, I'd half forgotten. But we got out to the car and he grabbed me and said, "It's time for that kiss," and laid it on me. Oh, hell yeah. So glad I asked. Well, said, but it was a request, really. We all know it. And his kiss made it very clear that he was happy to give me that smooch. And I was knee-meltingly happy to receive it. I used to be quite shit at asking for what I want, horrible at asking even for what I need. I learned to get over it because I wanted to take better care of me. And that's what today's cast is about. Not asking for what you want and need is a trauma response. Or rather, let me say, it's often a trauma response. If you don't ask for what you want and need, only you get to say if it's a trauma response or not. Or perhaps your therapist or trusted friend. But not me, because that would be more people telling you what you are and who you are and a whole bunch of stuff I probably don't know shit about. A few days ago, a friend on Facebook posted, "Why am I always the one helping others, and when I need someone, nobody comes for me?" You know what the responses were? Dozens of people saying, "All you got to do is ask. I'm here for you. And what you need, I gotcha, boo." And you know what? They hadn't actually asked anyone. Because they didn't think anyone would answer. Because they didn't think they deserved help. Because it would feel uncomfortable to ask and be turned down. Better to not ask and not receive than to ask and not receive. It hurts less. Those who are good at doing for others are often utterly incompetent at asking for themselves. More, those amazing people often actively train others to not help by turning down help when it's offered because they don't want to be a bother or because they can do it, while whether they should do it or whether it might harm them to do it or overwhelm them is not considered. Do you want to break the cycle? Start asking for things. Did you know that people who ask for things get them more often than people who don't overall? I know you do. But think about that and what it might mean. Also, did you know that asking for something and adding a reason with the word because makes it far more likely you'll receive what you're asking for? That's a great tip. Start with the small stuff. Will you help me with the groceries? Because my shoulder's been aching. Thanks. Could we schedule some time to talk about fill in the blank? Because I'd love to get your thoughts. Could you get me a glass of water since you're up? Would you have time for tea and a chat? Because I've not seen you for a while and I miss your face. Or whatever. Start with small stuff and build up. Because you know what? Most people who love you will give you what you ask for simply because you asked for it. Because they want to make you happy. Because they now know what will make you happy and feel confident doing that for you. And by doing this, you'll do two things. One, you'll allow them to feel needed as well. I mean, you do things for others and feel good about it. Why can't they? And two, you'll show them you're open to help, so it's easier to receive and ask for more. But what if they don't? Well, then you get to decide whether they are worth everything you give to them. Because frankly, some people are energy vampires and will always take and take. And only you can decide whether that's allowed in your life. What are your thoughts? Do you have a hard time asking for what you want and need? Do you know the reason behind it? Is it trauma or fear? Have you learned to ask for things? How has that worked for you? How was that process? Thank you for joining me today. If you loved this episode, please share it with others who would enjoy it. And please do join me at datingkinky.com and on our new apps available in the Google Play and Apple App Stores. It's built by Kinksters for Kinksters, poly, queer, trans folk, and anyone not quite vanilla, and it's free. Find me on FetLife as Nookie Notes and on Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, and Medium as Dating Kinky. We are on Instagram as Dating Kinky Official, all one word. Have a kinky day, and I'll catch you next episode.